Cliff's Edge. This is the stuff of my nightmares. Hey, how's it going? I am in Mesa Verde, Colorado, and I am taking a hike called the Petroglyph Point Trail. So far, it's pretty awesome. You're just kind of scrambling up on these rocks. It's like 2.5 miles long. I think the last time I left off my last video, I was talking about how hard it was to not edit yourself. And this time I want to talk about editing and how I just got done with editing my book. I sent it off to an editor. She edited my book. Wow, look at these rocks, are so cool. More stairs. Wow. The point is I got my book back from my editor, and she had like a lot of questions about my plot and this and that, and I had to end up pretty much rewriting like 30% of the book over the last 2 weeks. And so it has been 2 weeks of just freaking hell. Not hell, whatever. It was just 2 weeks of intense concentration and sitting at the computer and pushing through. And so when I did finally finish, I knew I was going to do something good for myself, and I had two actual choices. There's an author convention in Las Vegas this week called Author Nation, and I could go there and visit some author friends. I could have gone there, and I planned on it, and I knew that would entail me getting drunk, and then I would have to spend a lot of time. At least this is what happened last time I was there, and I got really drunk. One of the days I remember just sitting there, hungover, like you can't believe. And that's just kind of what happens to me whenever I get in that situation when I'm in Las Vegas. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to drive down to Southwest Colorado and make it a silent next few days where I'm just doing, stuff like this, knowing that that's what I probably need more than going and just further beating myself up. I've already beaten myself up enough the last couple weeks. So anyway, I'm here in Mesa Verde. It's really, really hard to get that first draft out of anything we do. Like anything that's new, you can think about it, but you still have to do it. And then, especially for like writing a book, it is so hard to think about all the things that could go wrong before you do it, right? It's not so hard. It's literally impossible. It's just impossible. So you have to actually go through the act of writing the book and making the wrong turns and making the right turns, coming up against dead ends. And then at that point, I think that it's a real temptation to get done with that first draft and it's really so difficult to get it out and to feel like you finally put it together, that you are like, I want to be like, dude, I'm done. That's it. I'm not going to look at that again. I'm just going to publish it, or maybe give it off to somebody else to polish up for me. But I know that it's not done at that point. There's so much more work to do. Like, I feel like it's almost not even half the work done when you get that draft out and that book finished. It's got to be ironed out. It's really wrinkly and not coherent, kind of like right now. They're supposed to be petroglyphs, and I keep coming across these rocks that obviously this is not where the petroglyphs are, because as soon as you see the petroglyphs, I'm sure there's going to be a fence or something that's going to block it. I've been thinking a lot about how hard it is to write, and how I've been telling myself some scripts lately that are probably not, they're probably not true. I kept thinking, oh my God, this is taking me so long. That's a thing that goes through my head a lot when I'm just sitting there and I come across another problem that needs to be fixed. Like, oh my God, I just spent so much time fixing that other thing, and now I've just kind of come up against something else. It's going to take me even longer. It's going to take me another couple days to fix this part, and then I wonder, hey, is this difficult for other people? And then I think to myself, probably not. They write books so much faster, and they're more intelligent. It's just an easier process for them. They don't think through things so hard and triple and second and triple guess themselves. They just get through it, So I've been also wondering if there's something else I'm meant to do in this life than writing. I started writing 13 years ago, and now I'm kind of coming to the point where the more I write, I'm on my 20th book now. This is my 20th book that I just finished. I'm wondering, like, is there still that creative drive? Whereas before there was never a doubt as to what I'm doing and why. I just wrote the next story. I love doing it. It was difficult, just as it was, this last book, but I don't know. I just did it without this nagging thought that I have now, where it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? And yeah, hence my videos, I guess, obviously, but I really do feel like there's something else that it really was becoming difficult to the point of it was almost psychotic how hard this book was this time around. So I think I'm going to take some time after this book and really allow myself to explore, dive in to creating other ways, like with these videos, maybe do some art. And yeah, but then there's also a part of me too that's like, hey, what's the next book going to be about? It's so dead silent out here that I feel like it's almost sacrilegious to talk. All right, so what's the next book? And it's been 2 days since I just finished these edits and gave it back to the editor for like the final polish. Yeah, so Psycho. Oh, I think we're coming up on the petroglyphs. Yes, right now. Holy crap, here we go. Look at this freaking place. There's like a, oh my God, this is just, yeah. Cliff's Edge. This is the stuff of my nightmares, people. Why am I still walking towards it? Because I'm doing a YouTube video. Why not? Oh my God. And then look, I could set up my camera right here and then go out onto that point. Nah, that's all right. It was really a fun walk. Seeing those petroglyphs kind of puts a perspective on the finite minuteness of the problems I'm currently dealing with in my life. And in the grand scheme of things, how meaningless they are. And yeah, it's just kind of interesting to reflect on, like, what kind of problems did these people have, and what were their worries and the things they lost sleep about every night. Personally, I'd be losing sleep about and rolling over wrong and falling off one of these cliffs. But apparently they didn't care about that. It's just beautiful here. I'd highly recommend Mesa Verde if you haven't been. And especially in the fall where, I mean, there's nobody here. I didn't see anybody on my trip, on my walk. It was really nice to have just the dead silence. Yeah, it's great.